Hey everyone. Today I get the fun job of replacing the wax ring underneath the toilet. I was noticing a little bit of water leaking from underneath, which tells me it's probably worn pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. First thing you need to do is turn your water off. You usually got a valve coming out of the wall like this. I've already shut mine off, but you're gonna turn it clockwise until it stops. That will shut the water off to fill the tank. Then you're gonna flush the toilet, make sure that there's no water in the toilet at all. And you wanna take the back off of the toilet and make sure that all the water is drained out of the bottom. I usually use a rag to soak up the little bit of water that's underneath it, but that's to prevent any water from coming out when you take the toilet off. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go ahead and loosen these two nuts. There's one there, and there's one on the other side. Every toilet has those. And once I take those off, I will be back to show you what the next step is. Okay, now that those nuts are off of the toilet, the next thing you want to do is disconnect the water supply line. You could either disconnect it from here, or you can disconnect it from the tank. One way or another, just so when we pull the toilet away, this isn't on. So I'm gonna go ahead and unscrew this from the toilet. If there's a little bit of water that leaks out, that's okay, because you got your water off. Make sure you're turning that water off. All right, that's off of there. Now, you're gonna slowly wanna lift the toilet off from the back forward. So you're gonna leave the tank on the back. This is a little hard to do with one hand, but basically you're gonna leave the tank on and we're gonna pull the whole toilet up this way, because you want to lift it off of the flange and you want to lift it off of those anchor bolts that are right there without ripping them or shearing them off. So I'm going to go ahead and get that off of there, and then I will come back and I will show you what the next step will be. All right guys, so I ended up taking the whole supply line off because it's hard lined in and I had a very difficult time getting it flexed out. So I took the top, took the bottom off. These come in flex hoses, which bend real easy, and hard lines. We have ours hard lined in, it's difficult to get out. So if you have a flex line, you'll only have to disconnect it from one area. Let's get this toilet out of here. You're gonna pull from the back, over those bolts, and then you're gonna set down. All right guys, great discovery here. I removed the toilet and noticed that my wax ring is still in extremely good shape. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because the contractor that installed my toilet put the wax ring in wrong. You are not supposed to set the flange. This black flange is attached to the wax ring. And I'm gonna show you. This is the new wax ring that I bought. And when they come out of the box, they have that flange right here attached to it already. This is not supposed to get installed on the floor and then the toilet set on top of it. This is supposed to get installed on the toilet and then the toilet sets down on there. And I'm gonna tell you why, because this wax ring creates a seal around the drain on the bottom of the toilet that directs all of the water into the flange and down your drain. If you put the wax ring on the floor and then set the toilet on top of it, you still have a space between the toilet and the top of the wax ring, and it allows water to get down in here. And you can see where all my water is. And that's why my water was leaking out from underneath the toilet and back down here. And I'm gonna guarantee, if I was a betting man, that there's no wax at all on the bottom of this toilet. And we're gonna look right now. Look at that. There is no wax at all on here, which tells me that the contractor installed it wrong. Don't get burned, guys. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this one off and I'm gonna install the new one onto the toilet, and I'm gonna show you how. All right guys, so what I decided is I am not gonna remove the old wax ring. If you have to, if it's all you know, messed up and compromised and smashed and everything, you need a scraper, plastic bag, and all you do is you scrape and clean everything out from around the flange, and go ahead and put it right in the plastic bag. It's garbage, and then you can go ahead and use the new one. But I am going to show you, since I'm leaving this one in place, because I want a little extra, it's a little thicker because I've got tile on here, but I am going to show you how to put this new one on. And there's the flange, or I'm sorry, the drain for the toilet. You can see it may have had a little bit of contact, but it was definitely not installed like it was supposed to be. This is gonna go right over the drain. And what you wanna do is you wanna push it down and get it to seat real well on there. You know, you might have a little difficult time with it, but once it sticks, then it's gonna push down. Once you put the toilet back over the flange, you're gonna have to smash it down a little bit, and that's gonna create the seal between the bottom of the wax and the flange that's on the floor here, which is right here. So because I cannot do two things at once and I need both my hands, I am going to go ahead and lift this toilet back up, and I'm gonna set it back on top of the existing wax ring, and then we'll go ahead and we'll rock the toilet down over the anchor bolts to get those sealed back up. All right, now that we have the toilet set back in place, you can see that I have the holes lined up with the anchor bolts on both sides. And what you want to do is, when you put the nuts back on, you want to make sure that you rock the toilet slowly towards each side, because you don't want to smash one side down, tighten it, and then smash the other side down and tighten it. You want to be able to rock this back and forth so it seats that wax properly and creates that seal underneath. So you're going to push down on this side, and then go ahead and snug this, and then push down on the other side, and we'll snug this one down. And you're going to keep doing that on each side until the nuts are not extremely tight, but snug enough to where you know that that toilet's not going anywhere. Okay. Once that's all complete, we're going to go ahead and put our water supply line back on, and then we're going to turn our main water back on, and then we'll double check and make sure that it's not leaking. Okay, water supply line's back on. I've got it sealed on the top and bottom. Next thing to do is turn the water on and make sure we don't have any leaks anywhere. The back tank should start filling. You want to turn that water on slowly so you don't blow any seals. But we look down here, we're good. I see nothing, no water. All right, let's turn this on a little bit more. All right, and that's it, guys. That's how you replace a wax seal on a toilet. So listen, I know I don't speak very eloquently, and I always have a loss for words, but I try to do my best explaining how to do, you know, simple jobs around the house. Most people might call plumbers for, but it's really simple for you to do it yourself, as long as you have the right direction. So if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below, and like and subscribe for more videos and little instructions on how to do things around the house. Thank you.